Hello everyone, welcome to today's book talk video, the library edition again. It's that time of the month where I sit down and share with you a few hidden gems that I found when I was doing my library run, as I do pretty frequently, about once a month or so. I head down there, I kind of delve into the shelves. Sometimes I find a new corner that I haven't discovered. Sometimes they've just gotten in some new books, and a lot of times these are kind of a great opportunity for you guys not only to learn about new books, but maybe ones that you've walked past before and you weren't sure if they're worth your time or not. All the books in here I'm about to show you I think have some great merits, and you guys are really going to enjoy them. So let's get right into it. The first book I have in my hands is for all you photo buffs out there. I know some of you guys are out there, and all you foodies as well. This is a book for you. It's called Plate to Pixel, Digital Food Photography and Styling. Now you may be wondering, gee, you're a beauty blogger. What are you doing with food photography and styling? Number one, I really like food and I eat a lot. Number two, food photography is often a lot about macro photography as well, in terms of composition, styling, because you are photographing smaller objects and items and you want to arrange them so they look pleasing, how to make the best of your equipment, what equipment do you use, what's the best setup, how do you deal with different lighting changes, studio lighting versus natural light, all that stuff is in here. And I think it's a very good niche book that on a topic that's very rarely talked about. And even when there are books about kind of food photography, they're very technical, but this one has a lot of photographs that you can easily follow along, but still goes into enough detail about the nitty-gritty, such as how to use a reflector. Do you really need one? And yes, I have a reflector, and yes, you're seeing it right underneath me right here. Is bouncing off some light to my face. Little things like that you really pick up on once you actually see behind the scenes and how things work. There's lots of beautiful photographs in here, very detailed, as well as a lot of text and tips and things like that. Shows you how to use a lighting studio if you ever need one, if you're photographing something small, macro photography. There's a lot of similarities, I think, between photographing beauty products and food photography. Not to mention there's lots of yummy food photos in here as well. But definitely for those who are wanting to learn more into the nitty-gritty details, I love the little photos of the spoons, the accessories, how she puts together a scene, because every single photo that you see, you guys, when you're on the food blog, they're styled. They don't just magically appear to be perfect. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And to be honest, I think by the time they get to eat the food, it's not very pleasant anymore. It's definitely not hot because it took so long to set them up right. But I think altogether, great book, worth checking out if you're into food, if you're into photography, or both, even better. Plate to Pixel right here, digital food photography and styling. Of course, in every book run, we do have to have one makeup book. I think this is mandatory, right? This is called Makeup Secrets, and it's by Gemma Kidd. She is a UK model, I believe, turned makeup artist. This book has actually been in my Amazon book cart as well, and I've been contemplating getting it. So I was really excited to find this on the shelf so I can have a sneak peek at it and see if it's really worth my time. So if you guys are into books by Bobbi Brown, that style of kind of educational kind of chit chat plus some instructional pages, I think this will be something you really enjoy. But this one is a bit more colorful, a bit more fashion forward. I would say a bit younger, for a younger, more creative audience than most of the Bobbi Brown books, which tends to be a lot more kind of everyday appropriate, work appropriate, things like that. So I love the variety of kind of looks in here, but also the beautiful juxtaposition of photographs, details, and text. You're not getting too many photos where you're missing out on the text details, but you have enough photos to really keep you intrigued and interested. And I think the book is pretty well put together, actually. For those who are either a beginner or intermediate, I think you'll find a lot of useful things in this book by Gemma Kidd. Of course, she goes into details about smoky eyes, false lashes, blush, how to wear certain things, the very basic things. But also she puts together interesting pages on iconic looks, something I really enjoy. Here's a Sophia Loren inspired look, and these looks are a little bit more toned down than what you will find from Scott Barnes. I do have a few of his books. They're very glamorous, but they're less instructional. They're more about looks altogether, and this is again a little bit more approachable than something, say, the Francois Nars Make Up Your Mind, which is very much like a catalog of different full face looks, and again less instructional detail. I love this page especially especially, which is called Cold Weather Makeup. I think I should try some of these out. Looks really fun, and she just has some interesting themes in here. And again, I love how the makeup is very kind of colorful, youthful, but well done, and very wearable as well. So Gemma Kit Makeup Secrets, worth checking out if you are a beauty buff. Now back to food, because you know I'm in food mode this week. Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Guy Fieri, you know him. If you don't know him, you know the hair. If you don't know the hair, you know the show. I love this show. It's one of my favorites on Food Network, which by the way is one of my favorite channels to begin with. But I didn't realize that they put out a series of books from the different episodes that Guy has, you know, done and traveled to. And this book gives you not only the fun stuff, but lots of recipes in here as well. And it says, you know, the funky finds in Flavortown. Love it. I think it's such a fun book. If you are, again, a fan of the show, I think you'll really like this book. But again, for those who are, you know, into serious cooking, this may or may not be your thing. It's a bit kitschy. It's a bit more of like the diners and, you know, good home food, and nothing too gourmet or fancy in that regard, but so much fun. What is this? Pig's ear sandwiches with pickled onions. There's also, what is this? Polenta in fungi. And there's also green chili stew, like some of the real good stuff that you see from the show. If you're a big fan of the show, they have a lot of recipes in here from the different places he's traveled to, and some fun stories as well. So for those who are just a fan of the show, check this book out. If you're not a fan but you're looking for something different for dinner, check this out at the library, and maybe you'll find something new. But I'm a big fan, so thumbs up for me. I really like this one. Now, for all you crafty folks out there who are looking for inspiration, looking for fun things to do, looking for projects even to share with your friends or with your kids, you know, some weekend DIY, love this book. Okay, this is not the first time I've had this either. I've borrowed it multiple times, but we gotta talk about this. Martha Stewart's Encyclopedia of Craft, an A to Z guide with detailed instructions and endless inspiration. And that's exactly what this is. Martha is my domestic goddess, and if I could have a shrine of her, maybe an imaginary one, I probably would. I think she's kind of the perfect homemaker, and I'm always excited about her craft books because they are not only very inspirational, but they're crafts that you can actually be really proud of and not be like, oh, I haphazardly put this together, but it's something that people would think that you bought at HomeSense or, you know, Pottery Barn or wherever, one of those really kitschy, fancy, you know, home decor stores. And I think her craft ideas are always super chic. And this, of course, being an A to Z encyclopedia means that it's organized by letters. So for example, F is for fabric flowers. She teaches you how to make faux flowers to decorate your house with. There's also, I really like this one. This is D for decoupage. And how beautiful would this be? Like in a theme room for your furniture. I think that's super cute. You know, there's a little bit of something for everyone, I think, and very approachable, very easy to follow, and all her crafts are very well made, and I think you'll end up with some great results that look more expensive than what it actually is. Here's, I believe, painting on china and glass, so how to paint on ceramics. Isn't that pretty? It's something that you would find in like a fancy tea shop or something. A few other good ones, how to make decorative pom-poms for your party. I've made these actually. The ones that you saw before in my background, the rain clouds, were made from tissue paper similar to this. And last here, just for the holidays, W is for wreaths. She teaches you how to make different types of wreaths, from gumdrops to paper ones to, you know, the iconic ones with kind of evergreens and things like that, and how to decorate them. I think this is just such a great book to give and to receive, especially when we're talking about holidays again, what you're going to get, what you're going to give. This is good either way, even if you're sneaking a little bit of shopping in for yourself. Martha Stewart's Encyclopedia of Crafts. I've read this so many times. I think it's a great one to keep around the house and on your bookshelf as well. So that's it. This wraps up this edition of my book talk, the library run, and I hope you guys enjoyed, found something new and interesting. I'll put the links to all the books, the names and things like that down in the information bar. Click open that if you're looking for details. If you've read any of these books or if you own them, let me know how you like them. If you have a good book recommendation based on what I've been showing and what you think my interests are, drop me down below. I'm always on the lookout for something fun and new to add to my bookshelf. So until next time, take great care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.